Hey guys, here I am back again with another little video, and I'm working on this grab and go kit rig setup. So a buddy of mine says, hey, come on over and jam. Well, I've got my Fender Blues Junior 3. I could put that in, drive across town and jam with him. That would work. I also have a 2x12 cabinet to take that I built, and you can see in some of my earlier videos, and that would work fine. But I thought, you know what, just going to go over to Buddy's place. You don't need a lot of power. It's not like as if you're doing a full-on gig. Just grab and go would be great. And then I started looking at some of these here micro heads. So here we have the Mojo Diamond. Cute little 5-watt head. And for size, everybody knows pretty much the size of the Boss loop station. This here's an RC3 loop station. There you go. That's how big it is. Well, this little 5-watt head, man, it is only slightly bigger than a standard pedal. You'd think, oh, well, piece of junk. Okay, $140 Canadian. What do you get for that? Well, on the front of the panel here, you can see there's the input for the guitar. There. And then you have gain, bass, mids, treble, volume, and the power switch. Not too bad, you know. Some of the micro heads, all they have is a tone. So you roll the tone back and forth. This at least has more of an equalizer to it. Turn it around. And, of course, there's where your power goes. You have a headphone jack. So you can put in headphones and play quietly. You have a auxiliary in, I guess you would call it. So you put a bunch of jam tracks onto your little iPod or whatever. You can feed that in to this, or you could even use this as an amplifier, hook it into speakers. Away you go. Then, of course, you have an effects loop in and out. And for an amp that's this inexpensive, you know, to have an effects loop, that's pretty good. And then, of course, your output to your speakers. And what's really cool about this is that it doesn't matter whether your speakers are 4 ohms, 8 ohms, 16 ohms. This little amp doesn't care. So if you've got a pair of 2x12s hooked in series, 16 ohms, no problem, plug her in. If you have a single 16 ohm, 12 inch, plug her in. Pair of 8 ohm speakers put in parallel, works out to 4 ohms, plug her in. Not too shabby for a $130 amp. You know, what it is stateside, I don't rightly know. So anyways, I've got it all kitted up here, ready to go. So just plug in my speaker in the back. Turn it on. Plug in the guitar. It's that easy. And we're off and running. So basically, I'm going to start with all the controls set to 12 o'clock. That's a good way to start with any amp. It don't matter if you've got a $5,000 amp or a $50 amp. Put everybody to 12 o'clock and play a little bit. And then whatever your ear tells you. So again, I'm going to be using my little Yamaha 212. And Again, it's a single humbucker. I'm going to start on the single coil at the front, and I will turn the volume all the way up, and I'll just arpeggiate a few chords, and then I'll see where I go from there. Sounds pretty good. Works well. So, as you might have seen in other of my videos, I do have my Fender Blues Junior kind of set up to a clean setting. So we'll turn the gain down a little bit. Bass goes up. Mids get scooped. Treble goes up. I'm just going to turn the volume up a little bit. Again, I'll be on the neck position, and I will wind the volume full open again and have a go. Okay, works pretty effective. And I'll just do a bit of a lead line here. So it works pretty good. Nice, easy, light little package to grab, go over to your buddy's place to do a little jamming. The amp, the power supply, the cables can go in your gig bag for your guitar. So all you have to do is pack in the guitar, the amp, the speakers. Not much of a package, away you go. So there was one other thing I want to talk about here. All of that was done with my 2x12 cabinet. So you can see, although I have my 10-inch sitting here, all of that was played through my 2x12. It can put out enough to run the 2x12 cabinet at a fairly good volume. So I'll just quickly run through a couple of things. I've now swapped it over to my 10-inch speaker, which will actually be my grab and go gig setup. And I will do some stuff and then we'll go out the door. So there you have it. That's the 10-inch. And it works quite well. There, done and dusted. So, if you got, like 140 bucks Canadian to spare, I don't know, they're somewhat less than that down US, probably around 100 bucks. Nice little unit. It'll work well. Hey, throw your comments down below, and we will talk to you next time. Have a good one.